There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
No! No! No!
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
You're crazy.
No, I'm dead. Plain and simple.
Long live the near flesh.
I got good news and bad news, girls. The good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
Your father made my die!
Why do you eat people?
Not people. Brains.
Why?
Pain.
What do we do?
Why don't we just wait here for a little while? See what happens.
This is the HorrorDrunks podcast, and welcome. And this is episode 19. And there's a gobbler in the room. He's gobbling.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
This is the Thanksgiving episode. Randy's disgusted by two of these movies.
One of them considerably more than the other.
I only disliked one of them. I mean, there's no backstory on Thanksgiving movies like that we can talk about. Not
especially. I think Blood Freak is probably the earliest one that I could think of. And Blood Freak is actually just kind of an anomaly in film history in itself. Like, the description on the DVD box is perfect. I don't even remember it exactly, but it's something like the only pro-Jesus, anti-drug, killer turkey horror film or something like that. And that's it. Wow. The guy that wrote it worked all of this religious subtext into it, and it doesn't paint drugs in a very flattering light whatsoever, and it's very over the top, and it's silliness. Turkey monster.
You know what's very over the top? Over the top was Sylvester Stallone.
The arm wrestling movie?
Yeah, the arm wrestling is over the top in that film. I mean, it's supposed to be. You're supposed to get the top of the...
Well, you always get the hand moment. You know you're going in deep when he's going like this.
I used to be pretty decent at arm wrestling. I wouldn't want to do it anymore.
No, I was actually pretty good for my size. I took down a big dude once, and I didn't want to do it after that. He wanted to go again, and it took everything I had, and my arm was hurting, so that was the end. Well, you get those meatheads when you're in the bar, and you'll see them doing it. Or
right.
I have friends who be like, fucking, let's arm wrestle, dude.
No, the thing, yeah, if someone challenged me to an arm wrestling match at this point in my life, I would just laugh really, really hard for a few seconds and ask them how old they were.
I'd leg wrestle somebody right now.
Like the Indian wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what's really funny, though? You said the bar lunkheads, the punching machines in the bars. Yeah. Oh, my God. The way that they just, stand around them and...
Dude, if you want to get into a fight in a bar, you just go next to a punching machine and kind of go when they hit it.
Yeah, laugh at the
fight.
dude.
You're going to fight.
Yeah. What, bro? You don't think I can hit that machine?
I don't think I've ever seen one of those machines in a bar.
Or just do the Miyagi machine, no hit back. They get really upset, those fucking
What
meatheads.
were we talking? Oh, yeah, Thanksgiving horror. Yeah. Blood Freak.
Arm wrestling and turkey. I think that's how it started.
Thanksgiving horror didn't really become a thing again until the slasher boom and the holiday slasher thing happened. And then some asshole decided to make Thankskilling.
Thank you, some asshole.
I didn't even write down the director's name because I don't want to know who he is.
I think
because
there's two of them.
Yeah,
I
there's
might
two of them.
be tempted to find
It's a
them
buddy
and do
flick.
bad things to them.
So in other words, Randy really was happy with that movie.
Yeah.
It was a nice surprise for him.
Before we get into what you've been watching, Scott and Randy and me, I guess I hardly watch anything. Give a shout out to Juan again.
Juan Gutierrez. we'll be receiving the print for the art very soon, and then quickly thereafter we'll have hoodies.
When my bank account replenishes
from the vacation.
Yeah, and
vacation.
I kind of want to give a shout out to the HorrorCast community.
Oh yeah, those people are great.
I've been trying to find my horror podcast that I like. I'm not talking shit on anybody or whatever, but I cannot listen to a Skyped episode. It's like a conference call. Like, I don't know. They're good at it, but I don't know. I've decided that we'll never take that route. If we have to Skype, we just won't do one. I don't know. But there
you mean like if there's like a distance between us or something?
Yeah. I can't.
No, just wait and do it the next week.
Yeah, I think it's better that everyone's here and I can look at your stupid fucking faces.
Yeah. I need to be able to see you to properly convey my anger for watching Thankskilling.
Yeah. But I'm still like, I'm trying to find another. I didn't even know HorrorCast or horror podcast really existed when I thought about this.
I've never listened to a podcast in my life.
Good.
So
good for you.
Yep, and the HorrorCast community
is something that you should say on your podcast.
No, that's why I want to give a shout out to them, because it is like a community. They're all like fans of each other, which is there's no jealousy, and that's what I thought like of the podcasting world would be. Just people be like, oh, their podcast sucks.
But they're all supportive with each other, which is awesome.
I don't have time to listen to podcasts between.
You don't even listen to ours.
Balancing, I do listen to ours again now that I have like the hotspot thing working, sort of. But between balancing a 1,500, count CD and movie collection each, I got no time for anything else.
A lot of clutter.
Yeah, and if I ever did like a shout out on podcasts, I would have to split it up into like several weeks worth of podcasts, because I listen to so many just because I work all the time by myself, and it just helps me get through the night.
I'm gonna find one, and the reason why I have been postponing, I don't want to get ideas from someone else. You hear about stand-up comedians not watching stand-up comedy because they don't want to get ideas from someone. So
you don't want to accidentally poach somebody's shit or.
But when there's a lull, like when we go like sometimes 2 weeks without doing one, I just want to like listen to a horror podcast, and I haven't really found one that's my taste yet. But not saying that they suck. I just don't like the Skype thing. I can't.
Yeah, like the HorrorCast. There's. Did you listen to any of their actual episodes?
I skipped through and just listened to the quality. And I was just like seeing how our quality measured up, not the actual
the sound quality.
Yeah, the sound quality, not the actual
production
talent
values
or anything.
Production values.
Yeah, because I think the only issue they ever have, like, it seems to be the Skype with horror gal Susan, but that's just because like they've even said her internet's kind of rough right now.
Well, I mean, I get why they do it, because they probably met online. They're different states.
Yeah, I was saying, because they're like
like-minded views on horror movies, and I totally get that. But I don't know. Find some local motherfuckers and I'll listen. I don't know. But so what have you been watching, Scott?
Not really too much. I think I'm all caught up now with Westworld, except for last night's episode.
Oh, okay.
But yep, still loving it. Still awesome. I'll probably go into more depth once I finish the series. But
yeah, get deep.
But I ended up only watching 3 movies this past week and a half because I've been deciding to play video games instead.
Oh, no coughing on the podcast, bro.
Dude, that wasn't a cough from weed. That was unintentional.
That was a cough because I can't drink beer properly after 20 years as an alcoholic.
I'm not.
Yeah, I ended up watching Mosquito that starred Gunnar Hansen.
Oh, God. The sci-fi movie?
Yeah. No, it's not sci-fi.
Well, it's not a sci-fi.
That's Mosquito Man. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
No, it was like...
giant killer mosquitoes.
Made in the early 90s, I think. Really good practical bug effects.
Yeah, that was actually really surprising. Like, I thought it was going to be really cheesy bad, but it was quite entertaining.
Yeah, it's a really entertaining movie. There are copies on Amazon right now. You can get it shipped to your house for like a little over $10. It's not bad. On Blu-ray even.
Yeah, because I borrowed that from Bill, and because I've loaned him several movies,
There's
and he
Bill's
finally loaned
mention.
me. Yep, I got to try to at least bring it up one possible.
First 8 minutes. Hi, Bill.
Then I ended up watching Krampus while I decided to put up my horror Christmas tree.
That's a good one.
Isn't there like multiple Krampus movies?
Yeah, well, Asylum jumped on there like right after Krampus came out.
Yeah, anyone that has a sequel is one that was like a direct-to-DVD knockoff.
Because that happens when it comes to theaters. They quickly do a
there's
DVD.
always pretty much since the direct-to-video days, that's been the norm.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a fantastic movie by Michael Dougherty, who did Trick or Treat. I've said it several times, but it reminds me of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation meets Gremlins.
Really? Is there a Griswold family type?
It's kind
thing
of
in
like
there? Okay.
Sort of,
way, yeah.
yeah. There's that dynamic, sort of, but yeah, that's not an unfair assessment. With like, you know, a dark, like,
dark twist to it.
well, just like dark Nordic folk.
Well, that's what Saint is, or Sint, right?
That one's more of like,
It was like the Saint. It was the Saint Nick of over there.
yeah,
which is
yeah,
like,
yeah, but it was more like from the.
like not Gothic era, but
No, it's. I don't even know how to describe that stupid piece of shit.
then don't. Let's move on.
All right, and then the final movie I ended up watching was it just came out I think last week on video on demand, but it's Night of Something Strange. From what I was reading in reviews, what kind of led me to this is that this movie is so vile that there is probably something in the movie that should offend pretty much everybody.
No,
But,
it doesn't work.
yeah, I was gonna say, but for people like us that are big
No,
into some
not
of the
offended.
horror films, we're not offended. But
I can see how something gets offensive towards someone, like a joke.
yeah.
I don't know how you would really offend me in a film at this point. Like,
Just a bad one.
yeah,
A bad adaptation of a book would be offensive too.
yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend this movie. It is like completely batshit bonkers. Reminds me of like a new age trauma.
Whoa! Don't recommend it because you're talking about maybe doing a special episode on it. So,
Well, I mean, like it's new, so I want to recommend people to actually go search it up. And you know, if we do a bonus episode of it, then they have
they
a
already
reason to
know.
search it
They
up.
already know you like it, so that's a spoiler.
Well, that still doesn't mean anything. Depends on
Means
what you
that-
two like.
It means
We very
everything.
rarely cover movies that we don't like on the podcast.
That is
What?
true.
It's only happened a few times so far, and when it did happen regularly, it was because they were like blind picks from.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Since we've begun picking our own every time, it seems like we've only had a couple. that-
I have picked a few that I haven't seen though. It's
Yeah.
not that I picked it because I liked it. I just like wanted to watch it. So
We're gonna review. Like, I think maybe would we all agree is like the worst movie that we watched on the podcast so far in this episode.
yeah, but no, we did the found footage one our very first episode.
Yeah,
We got it.
No, God,
One movie
even
got a
I
0.
watched that one.
One movie got a 0.
Movie got a 0.
Yeah, I'll say because I watched that with Randy when you was starting the podcast.
I think the
and,
second
it was so bad.
second episode we have a 0 episode. I think Mike gave the first one like a 5 or something
I'm gonna give it a 5
because he watched it twice.
I watched it twice.
But then there was another found footage episode 2. And
I
we
walked
all
away
gave it a
during
0.
the end of Return of the Living Dead, but I watched that found footage movie twice.
yeah, that's insane.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, that's the end of my to watch list. Randy, what have you been watching?
Well, I made some pretty good scores acquisition-wise in the last week or so between the internet and finding stuff in the wild and buying stuff from a buddy. Actually, I went out to Disc Replay and found a lot of good stuff.
Debatable.
Well, amongst the stuff that I found was the first and the third from the Coffin Joe, the original Coffin Joe trilogy. At midnight, I'll take your soul, and this night, I'll possess your corpse.
That says a lot about Disc Replay that you can find that there. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, they have
I've
a nice variety of
found
stuff.
some
Yeah.
crazy good shit in there, man. It's a good spot,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's
I
like
mean,
the people that are bringing that shit and selling it. We got some avid horror fans that are unknowns that should be on this podcast instead of us.
And Disc Replay is also notorious for doing like amazing sales a lot of the time too, which you can just buy up stuff for
Yeah,
really
I
freaking
mean,
cheap.
I'm sure they're just overstocked in DVDs and they just
Yeah.
want to get rid of a lot of shit.
Yeah, well, I know eventually they plan
that's
on moving to
basically what it
Blu-ray.
is.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But
I mean
at
they
mid-
have Blu-rays, but it's not nearly as much.
At Midnight, I'll Take Your Soul is the first of the Coffin Joe trilogy. I watched that one. It's written, directed, starring Jose Mojica Marins,
Whoa.
the brilliant Brazilian writer, actor, director. Coffin Joe is a blasphemous, nihilistic asshole. He's an undertaker.
And he's got a serious cough. Is that why?
No, they call him Coffin Joe because he's the undertaker.
Oh, okay. Oh, lonesome? Or no? He's not the lone. Never mind. Is he got a lot of like family and
Well,
friends?
his